grab some snacks, maybe a drink and a notepad, because I'm about to address my wedding shopping experience in India. I hope it helps out my 2026 brides. We're gonna cover Delhi, Punjab and Chandigarh. But before we begin, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, turn on the notification bell so that you can be aware of any other upcoming videos. If there's any other wedding content you wanna see, drop it in the comment section. Yeah, let's get started. Like many others, we did opt to shop in Delhi first. Finding a safe hotel was very important to me because I've had a bad experience before. So we stayed at the Holiday Inn in Aero City. Aero City has such luxurious hotels. I wish I could like stay in the other ones just to experience it, but my husband's points were enough to cover our Holiday Inn stay, so that was really nice. So we saved money wherever we could, and honestly, Holiday Inn is very different here than it is there. It was very luxurious, it was very safe, it was comfortable, the staff were all extremely accommodating, and their breakfast buffets were so good. I did cover Delhi in 2 days. Ideally, I would want more time. Whenever my sister gets married, I definitely think we would spend a few more extra days there. I did have the 3rd day available just in case, but we were able to kind of get what we needed, so we didn't spend too much time there. I already knew that my in-laws weren't gonna do their shopping in Delhi. My sister-in-law and my mother-in-law were like, okay, like we'll look if they find anything. I just had a feeling they weren't gonna get anything, but they came with us because I was gonna get my reception outfit from Delhi. I just had a strong feeling I would. On the first day, I covered both Tanmill and Mehrauli. Mehrauli is like where you see all those like luxurious designers. Tanmill also has like all the big designers. I just had a strong feeling I was gonna get my reception outfit from Delhi, so I wanted to kind of check all those designers out and just for the experience. So basically what I had done for my organization is first I made a list of all the different stores that are in Tanmill and in Mehrauli. We did choose to cover Tanmill first. So under Tanmill, I then created a list of my top stores that I knew I was gonna visit and the ones that I could skip out on. So Seema Gujral was one that I really wanted to go to, and I thought I was gonna wear Seema Gujral like 100%. So I booked an appointment with them from Canada. I had pre-booked that appointment, so that was the first store I entered. I tried on my pieces. We spent quite some time there just so I can get an idea of what those outfits would look like on me. And then I wasn't 100% sure of them actually when I tried them on because I felt like they were very repetitive. So then I decided that I was still going to shop around. Jigar Malli was also on my list in Tanmill that I knew I wanted to go to because that was like a designer that I really admire. So I wanted to, so we did go into Jigar Malli next, and I was actually quite early for my appointment, but there was like nobody there, so they were able to accommodate me. And in Jigar Malli, I did end up finding an outfit that's gone like viral on Instagram. Everyone's loving it. So Jigar Malli was honestly also a really great experience. It was like a very calm shopping experience for me. And I will say, like, I do recommend booking appointments, but just know that sometimes, especially first thing in the morning, if they're slow, a lot of the times they will accommodate you. And so those were my top 2 stores in Tanmill. I thought the stores were going to take me a lot longer than they did. So those were like my top 2, and I visited both of them. And then we had so much time, like I was way ahead of schedule, that we actually just went through all the stores in Tanmill. So we checked out, I think Pile Single was in there, Asta Narang was in there. Let me double check. Yeah, Tamanna Punjabi Kapoor was there and Aditi Gupta was there. So we did go through all those stores. I mean, I found some really beautiful pieces, but I was not looking for other wedding events. And I knew that those were way out of our price range for like my family to wear. So we just kind of went in for the experience. We shopped around. There's so many different designers and they have so many incredible pieces. And then based off my GPS and everything that I had pre-scheduled from Canada, Tanmill and Mehrauli are not too far away from each other. So that's why we chose to cover both the big designers the first day. So it was still quite early in the day and we did go through a lot of the different shops in Tanmill. But then we decided that we were going to make our move to Mehrauli because I wanted to check those designers. I just did not want to miss anything in my 2 days. So I chose to do Tanmill and Mehrauli on the same day because 1, it was all the big designers, and 2, they're only like about 10-15 minutes away from each other. With traffic, I think it did take us around 20 minutes or so. And then when we went there, this is where you'll see all those big like designers. So this like fun shopping experience that you see in like all these videos. There's like Gaurav Gupta, Anita Dongre, Perneas Pop-Up, Manish Malhotra, Sabyasachi, Rimple and Harpreet, House of Masaba, all of them. So they're all there, and I decided that I was going to spend a big chunk of my time just going through all those stores because I did not want to miss out on that experience. So first we went into Azza Fashions because it is a multi-designer store. I was like, okay, I can just take a look at all the different kind of designers that are available and what kind of designs they offer. And actually, I ended up spending a lot longer in there than I thought. I actually ended up finding an outfit that I was like, oh, I think I could wear this for my reception. It was in a decent price range. It was like, the color was nice on me, that kind of thing. I wasn't sure. So we decided to take a lunch break and we ate in that Mehrauli area. Forgot what that restaurant's called, but if anyone's interested, I can find it and list it below. It was really good food. So we took a break. We all ate lunch, and then we decided to go to a few more stores just to check out other designers. And like I said, I went through all of them. We went to Gaurav Gupta, went to Anita Dongre. Oh my god, for like Jaggo and stuff, such beautiful pieces, out of my price range, but very nice pieces. Tarun Talani is like a dream. I wish I could wear their outfits. They're so pretty, but the prices were definitely out of my budget. I checked out House of Masaba, and I really like House of Masaba's pieces. They're like very lightweight, they're minimal, but they look so nice on. Designers like Rimple and Harpreet, Falguni Shane Peacock, Sabyasachi, Manish Malhotra, I did not even visit. I knew right off the bat they were way out of my budget range. It would have been nice to go in for the experience. That's one thing I wish I had done, but I was super mindful that I was not gonna go into these designers and like fall in love with an outfit because I just knew I would. I have very expensive taste. I just can't seem to, cover that cost. So I was like, I'm not gonna go in because I know I'm gonna fall in love with these outfits. I'm gonna get upset. I'm gonna make my family upset, and that's just not something I wanted to do. So moving forward, like say in the future when my sister gets married, I think I would go into those shops just to look at it because I feel like I already have that mentality where I know I'm not going to shop, so I can look at them. But those were straight off the list for me, so that gave me a lot more time to shop and explore other stores. And then I did go ahead and explore like all the other stores. I went to Ghazal Gupta, I went to Riddhi Mera, Varun Bal, Anamka Khanna. So I did check out all the designers. Perneas was a little bit further, so we did have to walk over, like I think like a street over or something like that. And to be honest, my experience with Perneas was not great. I just felt like they didn't care, whoever was helping me. But like all those other shops that we did check out in Delhi, in the Mehrauli area, even though a lot of them say that you need an appointment, we actually did not need an appointment because those were not even on my list. And so we were just we had so much time that we just ended up like browsing through a lot of them without an appointment. And then towards the evening time, I realized that, you know what, I am gonna go ahead and get the outfit that I checked out at Azza Fashions. The other designers were out of my price range, or like if they were within my price range, I just didn't really like them that much. And I also didn't just want like repetitive pieces. So I did opt to go with Azza Fashions. Now I will say my experience with them was great up until they sent me my blouse and it was shorter than I wanted, and then they weren't very helpful, but I wore it anyways. So that was the one thing I was kind of upset about, but other than that, they were helpful and they were great with everything. And yeah, my reception outfit was purchased on my first day of shopping. Next day we covered Southx and Shahpur. This was more so for my family, my mother-in-law, sister-in-law, my sister, and my mom, so that they can look for outfits for themselves, and if I could find anything for my Mendi or my Jaggo. That same day we did leave really early in the morning. I think we left at 8:30 because we wanted to visit Bangla Sahib Gurdwara. So we did go there first and we had a really good time there. It was so peaceful. And then we started our shopping after that. Shahpur has a lot of like smaller and upcoming designers, and they also have like the large, grand, well-known designers as well. Somebody like Siddhartha Bansal was there. They had some really beautiful pieces. Then we also shopped in stores like Priyanka Jain, Avni Kapoor, Ankur Jay, Silky Bindra, Studio Bagicha. Preeti Mohan was there, Ol Couture, Sham Narayan Prasad. Yeah, I think I went through like all the stores. There were so many stores on here that I didn't even list, but when we went there, we just walked through all the shops there. We had so much time. I personally really liked Silky, Bindra, and Studio Bikicha for more of like the affordable rates. At the time, my sister still thought it was pricey, so that's like, so she didn't end up getting anything because there were a few pieces that looked really nice on her, but she thought they were still pricey, up until we made it to Punjab, which I will cover. In Shahpur, I highly recommend that you get parked by Dada Jungi Lane or dropped off by Dada Jungi Lane. That's where you see all these like videos and stuff of people shopping. That's where like all these well-known designers are. There's another section as well within Shahpur. I can't remember the name, but we did walk there. Once you walk out of Dada Jungi Lane, you just walk to all these other stores. You'll see like there's so many other shops. But Dada Jungi Lane is like the popular area where people shop in Shahpur. My mother-in-law did end up getting one outfit from there, but I unfortunately had no luck for my bridal outfits. I fell in love with the piece at Liz Paul. It was so nice, but it was way out of my price range. It was like, I don't know if it was like 1 lakh something or 2 lakh something, but that was too much for me to spend for my jaco. I'm sure a lot of, you know, if that's something that's within your range, I would highly recommend it because I love Liz Paul, such a fun designer. But yeah, we're done with Shahpur just I believe around like 1:32 p.m. and then we headed over to Southx. There is McDonald's there, so we ate McDonald's and then we just kind of explored that area. It was actually a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. We went into Kalki. That was at the top of my list. Kalki had some really nice like pieces for family members and they're pretty reasonably rated. Went into another store called Thwamav, and that one was really nice too. I really liked some of their stuff. And then we checked out Manabar and Mohe for like my husband and for like my father-in-law. We didn't end up getting anything because my husband at the time just had no idea what he wanted. So he just kind of like got ideas from Delhi, which was honestly also helpful. We did go into like Frontier Russ in Southx. I'm not a Frontier girly. I find it very overpriced, so I never shop there, but I know a lot of people do. And Frontier Faguara I know is super popular. I just can't. I feel like you can find like the same stuff at cheaper rates elsewhere. We went to Mina Bazaar in Southx as well. Didn't really get anything there. And then I know that they have Azwa Fashions in Southx, but we had already checked it out. And yeah, then we had time, so we went to we crossed like that Southx area, like across the street there was like other clothing stores, so we did go into those shops. There was like some Western clothing stores. That's where everybody actually shopped. My sister-in-law got some stuff. My sister got a cord set from there, so I wish I had too, but I was just like too focused on wedding shopping at the time. And yeah, I think we ended up spending like our whole day between Bangla Sahib Gurdwara, Shahpur and Southx. And then by the time we got like back to our hotel, we were already so tired, but we took a quick coffee break, we got ready and stuff, and then we headed out to the Cavalli restaurant just to enjoy a fun night out together. And that was so good. The food was great and I love Cavalli music, so it was like such a good experience. That Cavalli restaurant is within Aero City, so I highly recommend it. You do need to pre-book it. It does sell out quite fast, so just look into that if that's something you're interested in. After Cavalli, we actually ended up just deciding that we were going to head over to Punjab. Even though we were supposed to stay there for one more night, we checked out early because we were like, we can make a full use of our day once we head to Punjab. And we would have beat all the traffic since it was overnight driving. So we arrived at Punjab on the Saturday morning, and that day we kind of just like chilled out a bit. We got like my mom guys' SIM cards. We went to Nakodar. I needed a hair straightener. I didn't want to ruin my own, so we got one from India. We got a hair dryer, that kind of thing. We did all those like little bits on that same day so we can get ourselves organized. We bought our groceries and stuff so that all of that was like ready to go for us and we were all organized. Everything was set. And then the next day, we headed to Jalinder first thing in the morning so that I could get my cards printed. I already knew where I was going to get my cards from because I had done my research. I'd asked different card vendors for their pricing, and so we went to Jalinder. The company's called AV Creation, and I had a really good experience with them. I had already pre-designed my cards, so I had like the whole, the sizing of them, the color, the font, everything. It was designed. I just essentially sent them my design. They opened it up on their computer while I was still there. They just fixed like the dimensions and I believe one font, and then they just ran it through with me. We would look through the card paper that we wanted, and that was it. Like, it was really easy, it was straightforward. And then after that I went straight to Ludhiana. So Jalinder to Ludhiana obviously takes some time. I had pre-booked an appointment there at House of Shahana, and I just really wanted to try on her bridal lehengas before I went to Chandigarh for my bridal shopping, because I was very certain that I was going to get my bridal lehenga from Chandigarh just based off of my styles of like lehengas, and just my personality, and like I am very traditional and that kind of thing. So I booked an appointment with House of Shahana for 2:30. We did make it there for 2:30, and I tried on quite a few of her pieces. I did really like them. I met the designer, she was there, and yeah, I had a really good experience. But obviously it was the first store I tried on any wedding related lehengas, so I wasn't going to make any decisions. And then by the evening, like, it took some time there. By the time we got back to Nakodar, where I'm from, you know, things just take time. So the half the day was gone, and so we just kind of chilled out. I think at home we ate dinner and then that kind of thing. Before covering Punjab, I actually went to Chandigarh because I was so certain I was going to get my bridal outfit from there. It's just my kind of style, the traditional kind of looks, and something different. I did have to make an appointment with a lot of the designers in Chandigarh, so I had pre-booked those. I did alter a few things when I made it to Delhi, because I realized that I was kind of off with my GPS distancing. So I spoke to my cousin, and basically I booked my appointments in like a format of like the sectors. So whatever sector came first, then next, then next, then next, because that's how Chandigarh works. In Chandigarh, the first store I went to was the Rose Girl. I had booked an appointment for 11 a.m. I would say I had a terrible experience. I wasn't really acknowledged at all. They were busy with another booking, even though it was my appointment slot. It doesn't matter, whatever. I was in and out of there pretty fast, which sucks because I actually love their designs. But I just, like, nobody really cared to help me at all. And then we did go to other stores. So I went to Inara by Ginni Mandir, and there I had a really good experience. She had some really nice pieces. The one designer I really wanted to visit was Nimrit Mandir Sekon. Now, she was not available that entire week. Like, she wasn't available for essentially a week, and I was only going to be there for like about 2-3 days. So it just didn't work out. Otherwise, I'm 100% sure I would have worn Nimrit Mandir Sekon for my wedding, because those pieces just align with me. I did go into other stores. So I did go to Brides of Pearl Sekon, and I did go to Pink Almira. Pink Almira, I just kind of went for non-bridal outfits, but they were quite expensive. And then I also went to House of Sabab. So House of Sabab, you also need an appointment for. They're all these like boutiques. You definitely should pre-book them, and they have a lot of different pieces you can kind of just like look through. A lot of them do offer like certain customizations. I fell in love with an outfit at House of Sabab. That was definitely my style. But I wasn't sure if I was going to get it because it was out of my price range. And then I spent that kind of evening thinking about it, if I wanted that House of Sabab lehenga. The next day we went to like Alante Mall. We kind of just used it as like a fun day and as a day for me to really think about all the outfits that I had tried on at all the different boutiques. I chose to cover all the boutiques in one day so that I can spend the next day thinking about all the different pieces. And I found that helpful for me. So the next day we like ate, we went to the mall just so I can still think about everything that I wanted. And then I really liked the Inara by Ginni Mandir piece. I liked the House of Sabab piece, and I also liked the House of Shahana piece in Ludiana. I cut down my top two. It was House of Sabab and House of Shahana. And then I really honestly did it because of the price. The House of Sabab piece was over $3,000 more than my current piece from House of Shahana. And so for me, that was a lot because I could have done a lot more with $3,000. So I ended up going for House of Shahana, and to be honest, I'm still very happy with it. I don't have any regrets with any of my outfits, but I would say I definitely fell in love with the piece at House of Sabab, and they did let me try on a lot of different pieces, and they had a lot of really good stuff. There's also other designers in Chandigarh that you can check out. So there's Preeti Sidhu, White Lily by Navneet Sidhu, Gana by Anshul Kapoor for any jewelry. Amreen Sahi is there as well. So if any of you are interested in other, and also Mandeep Sidhu by Dev Bros. So if any of you are interested in other designers in Chandigarh, you can definitely check those out. Now let's cover Punjab, okay? So In Chandigarh, I made the decision that I was going to go for the House of Shahana piece. The next day when we made it back to Punjab, I went to House of Shahana, I retried on the piece, I made some customizations to it, and I ended up going with my outfit that I wore. After that, all of the other pre-bridal events started. All the family outfit shopping started. So in Punjab, we covered everything. We shopped in Faguara, Jalandhar, Nakodar, Ludhiana, everywhere, okay? The first day when I finalized my bridal outfit, we continued to explore the Ludhiana stores because we were already in Ludhiana. I was so upset that day. I don't know, couldn't find anything. I got like one random suit for my must-see, and that was it. And I think it, like, even though I was so prepared, I think it was just because we were there in the middle of the day and I just didn't want to, like, I didn't know where to start. I just felt overwhelmed, and so we came back with like not much. I believe we went to Faguara next. I know so many brides shop in Faguara and so many families shop in Faguara. My husband's family shops in Faguara, but I do not like shopping in Faguara. I feel like it's so overpriced. I did go, we went to like, you know, like the popular stores like Billa Silk and Sardis. I was very certain I was not going to Frontier. I just find it very overpriced for no reason. And then we went into like other shops just in all those alleys. There's Kultham, I know that's very popular. My husband's family is like really good with them. And Kultham, I will say, has really nice pieces. But I've also heard some like negative reviews about them, so then I was like, I don't know if I want to trust them, because I did actually like a lot of stuff there. I just wasn't sure if I wanted to trust them. We went to Bombay Silk Store, where my husband got his sherwani from, and they like his family got a lot of their outfits from there. And my sister ended up getting 2 like lehengas from there, neither of which she wore to my wedding. But like we were making some progress. It just wasn't really wedding related stuff. Later down the line, I went to Faguara again with my Masi guys, and we actually went to this store. It's called Laddi Di Hatti, and his name, or it's Ramesh Fashions, I'm not sure which one. And it's like actually pretty far, like you have to go into like this alley and stuff. And oh my god, they have like some really hidden gems, like I would say it's all for non-bridal pieces, but like, you know, for like moms and stuff, they did have some really nice pieces for affordable rates. We also went to Jalinder a few times. So I believe it's like MBD Market or something. In that area, there's a lot of stores. So like Ganpati's is very popular in Jalinder. Prices are high, but they have very nice pieces there. I did fall in love with a lot of stuff. Rang Rachnas there, Rachnas, Mahajans, and then they actually, so that's like one little alley that has all these shops, and then if you walk out of that alley, there's another like shopping mall center, and they have a whole bunch of other stores in there as well. There was like Javala Cloth House or something, that's where I got my Mendi Lehenga from. And then there's like another like really big store there, I think Gala Mandir or something like that. Nakodar is where I'm from, and I'm very familiar with Nakodar, so I know a lot of the shops there. I walked through a whole bunch of them. They're quite affordable there in Nakodar when you compare it to like Faguara and stuff. My favorites are Rehan Silk Store. They have very cheap like pieces there, but I feel like I'm kind of just letting out a hidden gem. Nadia is super popular in Nakodar. They are like super well known. I did end up getting my anarkali made from there for my pre-shoot, and they did it quite fast. I did have to go to them 3 times though, because it was not properly stitched. Like the kalia were too much, so I made them take all that out. And then Mahajan Silks is super popular in Nakodar. Okay, and then this one store in Nakodar whose name I can't remember. I'm sure my cousins know. Please write it in the description box. But I go to Ravi in that store, and it's a very popular store in Nakodar. I just can't remember the name. This is where we got so many outfits. They're great for like unstitched pieces. My mom and my sister did get both of their wedding outfits made from him, because they obviously do it for a much cheaper rate compared to like obviously designer stores. We got like 20 plus 30 suits from there. My mom's very simple. She likes wearing like salwar suits, so a lot of her shopping was done from that store. My sister got some unstitched pieces. I got some unstitched pieces just to wear like after for like my wedding like post-wedding functions. And then we got some gifting suits from there as well. And then let's cover Ludhiana. Okay, Ludhiana is like such a top-notch location for shopping. So Gumar Mandi, which a lot of people talk about, is like highly popular. All the different shops are there. I went into basically all of them, and I went to Ludhiana multiple times. The first few times I did not have good luck, and then eventually I just once I realized that like how the pricing and stuff works, I decided that I was going to do a lot of my shopping from Ludhiana. So Ludhiana has Batra Plaza, that's really popular. Nilibar, oh, Nilibar is actually not in Gumar Mandi, but it is in Ludhiana. That was a really nice one. Then we went to Rupkala, Balbir Store, Choice, Saluja, In Style, Mom and Me. So yeah, all of those shops you can find in that lane. I would just cover Ludhiana like over a few days. I would just go through like basically all the stores if you have time. Most popular ones for me were Saluja, Mom and Me, and Choice. I did a lot of my shopping from there. Both of those are quite expensive though, I will say. So Saluja, Mom and Me, I got my Jaggo outfit from there. I did get some gifting suits for my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law from Saluja, Mom and Me. I believe my sister got a suit from there. I think my mom got an outfit from there as well. Choice was honestly also a really nice store. They had some incredible pieces. My sister got her reception outfit from there, and they are more on the pricier end, but they like obviously for family of the bride, you are going to get something that's a little bit more high end. Nilibar, I believe I got a silk suit from. My mommy bought it for me. And then Batra Plaza, I've been to before. They usually have like a wide selection because they have like 3 different levels. But I personally had a bad experience with them this time. They completely ruined my initial Jaggo Lehenga that I bought. And then I basically got refunded because it was like a total mistake on their part. And then I ended up getting my Jaggo one from Saluja Mom and Me. One thing about Ludhiana is they have this fixed price policy and they're so stern about it. So I would really like try to shop elsewhere first where you can get good deals, because Ludhiana is so firm on their little fixed pricing, and sometimes it's quite irritating when they're so highly priced. So I will say, like, I'm very good at bargaining, and I speak Punjabi fluently, so that's not an issue for me in that department. We were able to get like 80 bits off, but for the most part they're very like strict about their like about their pricing, whereas like in Nakodar it's really good for bargaining in my opinion. I was able to do some bargaining in Faguara as well, and Jalandhar was also more of that fixed pricing nonsense, but like there's like leniency, like you can get a little bit off, but it's not that much. So the Arna Jalandhar I would say was not the greatest in terms of that, but Faguara and Nakodar were pretty good for bargaining purposes. So just to kind of give you like a quick overview, House of Shahana was great for wedding. All the boutiques in Chandigarh are great for bridal lehengas. All the designers in Delhi, like they have some really nice bridal lehenga options, really nice reception lehenga options. If it's within your price range, you can definitely do all your shopping there if you want it. Comparing Delhi to Punjab, honestly, I thought Punjab was going to be cheaper than Delhi, and that's why some of my sister didn't get certain outfits in Delhi because she thought they were so expensive. But when she came to Punjab, she realized that the prices were actually more expensive there based off certain, like obviously only on certain pieces. So price wise, if you do like something, really like something in Delhi, go for it, because honestly it's not going to be cheaper in Punjab. Like Punjab is quite up there in terms of pricing now. A big chunk of wedding shopping for family, for yourself as a bride, go to Ludhiana. Ludhiana has endless options. You can definitely find a lot of what you're looking for in Ludhiana. Nakodar and Faguara, like I said, is good for bargaining, and they also like Nakodar is honestly pretty good for like especially for gifting pieces and stuff if you don't want to spend too much money on that. Faguara, my opinion, is overpriced, but I know a lot of people shop there and continue to shop there. So yeah, like in my in-laws, a lot of, I think primarily most of their shopping was done in Faguara. Jalandhar is like a hit or miss in my opinion. I also didn't go to like the other ends of Jalandhar because I know there's like I think there's like Choora bazaar. I don't know if that's in Ludhiana or if that's in Jalandhar, but there's also another bazaar in Jalandhar that you can check out. I just can't remember the name. Learned about it while I was in Jalandhar, so if you check out like those kind of areas, maybe you can find better rates. But that was my experience. There's a lot of things I missed, so please just leave any more questions that you have. Hopefully my next video is a little bit more organized, but I do hope this helps some of you out. And yeah, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.